Hello everyone, this is a top 5 video for Fallout 4, and today's top 5 video will be over weapons. Now with that said, this is my top 5. If you think that something should have been on this list that isn't, please tell me. I'd like to know what you guys liked out of the game, and if you have a different idea for a top 5 you'd like me to do, then tell me that as well, and I'll give that a thought. So anyways, this list isn't just about damage output. This list is about looks, of course damage, and complete badassery all around. So, not every weapon is just going to be the most destructive weapon in this. So with that said, the first weapon is actually nowhere near the strongest weapon in the game. But it is, in my opinion, the coolest looking. It's the Pack Rifle. Now this is from the Nuke World DLC, and it, even when upgraded, even when you have all of the perks to make your character very strong in guns, this isn't the best weapon you could possibly use. But, in my opinion, it is the best looking weapon you could use, and I'm kind of disappointed that you couldn't use this paint, or other paints even, on different weapons, which I think would be cool for the next Fallout game. If they were to do this, they were to put in, maybe if there's a gang or whatever group you're in has a paint scheme, you could put it on different weapons, just like we put it on the power armors. We have the Nuka power armor, and we have the Vim power armor. Maybe we could put this on guns. Other games, Call of Duty, are already doing that, so I think it'd be a good idea. Because it'd be cool, it'd be even more of a customization point for the weapons, which was already huge in this game compared to Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas. So the next weapon is of course the Gauss Rifle, because it is one of the strongest guns in the game. And by guns I do not include missile launchers, nuke launchers, or anything of that sort. I just include energy weapons, rifles, and pistols. So this gun looks pretty cool. It's been completely redesigned from Fallout 3 and New Vegas. It looks really cool to me. I like that it shoots multiple colors. I like the whole new look. And I like that they kept it as badass as it was in the older games, because this isn't the easiest gun to get. It never was. Even the ammo in this game is pretty scarce. You can buy it, but it's very expensive. And they also, as you can see, allow you to charge up the weapon now. So instead of just firing it right away, you can charge it up to get an even greater damage output from this weapon. So I will demonstrate that right here. I'm going to take out this Raider in one shot. I charge it up and let it rip. Guy's gone, right? Yeah, that's pretty much how this weapon works. Obviously, it's not going to one-shot everybody. There's people with stronger armor, more health. But for the most part, this is a one-shotter or an extremely good weapon. So the next weapon is a melee weapon, and it's actually not Kremvis Tooth, but it has to do with Kremvis Tooth. And as you can see in the video, it looks like I'm using Kremvis Tooth, but this is actually the Freezing Machete. But you do have to have Kremvis Tooth to do this. So what I did on Kremvis Tooth, you modify it to just be a regular blade, right? So then when you go to Freezing Machete and customize that, you now have the option to do Sacrificial Blade, which makes it look as badass as Kremvis Tooth. So now you have Kremvis Tooth, but it does freezing damage and the poison damage. So as you could see, this does like one shot to pretty much anyone that's weak, again like the Gauss Rifle. So if you're a melee person, this is probably one of the weapons that you're going to want to pick up. So you have to A, find Kremvis Tooth, and then B, find a legendary weapon that is a machete, and put them together, as it were. So the next weapon on this list is another melee weapon, and actually it's more than one weapon, because there's actually two that I'm sort of torn between, and they're pretty much the same concept, but a little different. So the first one is Cito's Shiny Slugger from Nuka World DLC. Now this is basically an aluminum bat with jet strapped on it and nails. Very badass. This is very Fallout. You know, you're gonna jury rig your own weapons. This has more of that feel. The other one is the Super Sledge, which is also very badass. It's around the same line. They got a jet on the back of a huge hammer. Very cool. Another thing I like about the Super Sledge is that they totally redesigned it just like the Gauss Rifle from Fallout 3 and New Vegas. Looks completely different, but again, still very badass. Damage very high with this weapon. Obviously, it's slow. It's a little slower than it was in previous games, but in my opinion, that's a little more realistic because it's not that easy to swing around a big-ass hammer, especially when it has a jetpack on the back. But yeah, that's why I'm torn between these two weapons. They're sort of similar in ideas, but I like both of them. Anyways, so the next weapon on the list is actually, it's gonna be the nuke launcher. Not just the regular Fat Man from the base game. This is the Nuka Nuke launcher that you can also get in the Nuka World DLC. It's like the regular Fat Man except on steroids because, you know, it's put later in the game, so of course it's going to be stronger than most of the weak stuff. But basically this gun is like an amped up Fat Man, and it has a different color flame when you shoot it. So if you're tired of Fat Man looking the same, here you are. Anyways, so there's one more weapon on this list, and it's actually the shotgun, but there's two shotguns on this list. There's the Terrible Shotgun and also the Assassin Shotgun. Now, what you're going to want to use depends on what you're going to want to fight in this case. So the Assassin's Shotgun is good for humans. If you're fighting humans, then the Assassin Shotgun is going to do 50% extra damage against humans. Now if you pair this with the Silver Shroud costume, which makes your character take 15% less damage from bad guys, you know, humans, then this would be a great pair, you know. 15% less damage to humans, 50% more damage to humans, 15% less from humans, my bad. But yeah, this would just make your character a tank, you know, if you're going to go to Quincy, if you're going to fight one of the gangs in Nuka World, it's probably what you're going to want to choose if you want to choose a shotgun. And shotguns are very fun to use in this game. The ammo is really easy to find, and it's pretty cheap. Anyways, the other shotgun is, like I said, the Terrible Shotgun. And the Terrible Shotgun, how it's different from the Assassin Shotgun is that it's only 25% extra damage, but it also does more limb damage. Now, with that being said, the Terrible Shotgun grants that extra power towards any enemy you face, not just humans, where Assassin Shotgun is just humans. So if you're going to fight humans, then you want the Assassin Shotgun, because that's going to push you over the edge. That 50% is a lot. I used this gun most of my playthrough for Fallout 4, and it totally wrecked all the way through as I got, you know, as I duked it out much more, you know, as people got stronger, you know, I got stronger with the gun, so the gun's damage went up. You modified it, the gun's damage went up. And then I got the Silver Shroud outfit, and I was pretty much a tank against humans for a while. And with the Terrible Shotgun you could also do that. It's not 50%, but it's 25% against everything. So if you're going to use a shotgun, one of these is what you're going to want to use. So that was my top 5 weapons of Fallout 4. If you liked it, please let me know in the comment section below. If you think other weapons should have been in this list, let me know what your top 5 is. If you want to see a different top 5 video, let me know what your idea is for the next video. Thank you for watching. Again, this has been my top 5 weapons for Fallout 4. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.